Hello everybody, this is Dr. Gunamani Jana and we are presenting the video on learning C professionally. In our last video, we have seen the control structures and also some part of the loops. Why this loops is so important? Loops in programming are used to repeat a block of code until the specified condition is met. For example, same hello world I want to print it some 5 6 times or 10 times. Imagine if loop is not there, then what you have to do? 10 times you have to use this integer main. After that, printf hello world, printf hello world, printf hello world, slash and a new line you are starting and return 0. You get it now? But the thing is that using a loop it can be done in one line command also, one line code. So before that, let us have what are the loops, different type of loops. One is the entry controlled, like the for, while, etc. These are the, we call the entry controlled loops. So for is a loop, while is a loop, but do while loop is a exit controlled. It's clear? So these are things you remember, we'll be discussing about in details. Now instead of using this thing that repeating the same function again and again, so let us do it using the loops. Now the first loop we are going for the for loop. For loop in C programming is a repetition control structure that allows programmers to write a loop that will be executed a specific number of times. For loops enabled programs to perform a number of steps together. These are things are there. Okay. So now if you see the flow chart here, we start, then initialize the expression, then we go for the test condition. If it is true, then block of statement will be executed. If it is false, then it will stop here. Then update the expression and again you go to the test conditions. So this is the thing is the for loop. See, for loop C programming, as I told you that, let us write a small program to repeat all the things. The same hello world, I want to type it for 10 times. Then what I do? Include stdio.h. So then integer main, the main function I start, and the body of the function starts here. Initialize integer I is equal to 0, and for I is equal to 1 and I less than equal to 10, I plus plus. So print hello. What is the meaning of that one? When I is equal to 1, okay, first we will check, and I less than equal to 10. That means 1 to 10, 10 times it will print. What is that function? Printf hello world. So the same thing, that means if this function is executed, it will repeat it on 10 times. So if this loop is executed, it will print it 10 times. You get it now? So now this is the thing, and return 0, as you know, all the things we can do it here. So this is the for loop. You get it now? Now how to write this for loop? For I is equal to 1, that is your colon, semicolon, and I less than equal to, this is the initialization I is equal to 1, and the condition I less than equal to 10, and I plus. You go for the increment, all things. Then print of hello world, and slash n means new line will be there, and return 0. So it will exit successfully. Now the same thing when you run this program, it will repeat the same thing hello world 10 times. Fine. Similarly, we are going for this while loop. The while loop does not depend upon the number of iterations. So in for loop, the number of iterations was previously known to us, but in the while loop, the execution is terminated on the basis of the test condition. If the test condition will become false, then it will break from this while loop, else the body will be executed. You get it now? So there, the I less than equal to 10, we know that 10 times it will be repeated, but here it is different. You see, until this test condition satisfied, it will be executing the loop body. The moment the test condition is not meeting, then it will false. It will end the while loop. You get it now? So this is the thing. You go for a thing. Here I am writing integer I is equal to 2. Here writing while I less than 10. What is the condition I have given? So I less than 10. Then print hello world. Then I plus plus, return 0. Okay. What is the meaning of that one? So What is the meaning of this thing? When I is equal to 1, it will not execute. I is equal to 2, execute, and I less 2 to 10. Okay, so it will go for that one. Then it will stop. Right. Similarly, do while loop. We already discussed about this do while loop. The do while loop is similar to the while loop, but the only difference lies in the do while loop test conditions, which is tested at the end of this body. In the do while loop, the loop body will execute at least once irrespective of the test condition. So, at least one time it will execute. Okay. So, here you see the diagram, do while loop start, at least one time executed, then you check for the condition. If it is true, then it will execute. If it is false, ends. See here integer I is equal to 2, do, okay, print hello world, update I plus plus test expressions while I less than 1. See, but by that time at least one time it will be executed and hello world will find it. When I less than, return 0. So, you got it now. So, this is the thing, we go for the do while loop. Then immediately we go for starting the function, because in this video, today's video, we will mainly focusing on these functions. First of all, we should have clarity about what is a function. So, function in C, it is a set of statements that when called from some specific, when it is called, it performs some specific task. You got it now? So, it is a block of statements. Function is a block of statements. So, and when we call this function, so it performs some specific task. That is the meaning of these things. Okay. So, now the programming statements will be there inside these braces, curly braces are there, having certain meanings and performing certain operations. So, for the syntax, let us have the syntax. We are having three things. One is the function declaration, function definition, and function calls. And if you see the function definition here, in the function definition, you can clearly have, I am writing, first is the return type integer, then the heading whatever things I am writing, that the function it is sum or whatever things are there, then it is void or some parameter we are pushing. So, there is parameters, there is no parameters, so I put a void. So, there is, but in this thing we do not put any semicolon, no semicolon is provided here, you can check it here, there is no semicolon here. Then in the body, what starts between these curly braces, then what are the statement, you put it there, the first statement is written. So, suppose one statement is 0, so then at the end of the statement there will be a semicolon, right. Let us see here. So, I put integer sum is equal to integer sum function integer a and integer b. So, this we call it as the function definition. Function definition. This is the function definition, and this is called the function calling. The function definition, what would you define? Integer sum. So, I declare integer. These are called the parameters. Integer a and integer b are the parameters, and return a plus b. Here no output will come, as you know, because integer a, it is just like the variable we are declaring, but these are the parameters integer b. So, return a plus means what will come? Then while we are calling this function, it will execute integer main. Then I call this function sum and provide some argument 10, 30. That means 10 is assigned to integer a and 30 is assigned to integer b. Then what is this function sum? Sum, it will return a plus b. That means a plus b, it is there, it will be there stored at add, and it is the integer data type, right. Now, print sum is percentage add. So, return 0. You got it now. So, now you can clearly understand how the function works. Now, let us have a program here. The same thing I am writing it here. So, sum of two inputs. So, integer sum, integer a, integer b, return a plus b, fine. Then integer main, then sum 10, 30. That means two numbers I assign to integer a and integer b, and their sum, because I call the function sum, it will go for means return a plus b. Then what it will do? That is stored as add, and this add is into, then I call this add. Sum of this is your add, return 0. You get it now? So, we are having the different type of functions, and there are mainly two type of functions in C. One is the library functions. Second one is the user defined functions. Okay, how many functions are there? There are two type of functions. One is the library function, or this library function sometimes you call it the built-in function. Library functions are the built-in function, other is the user defined function. A library function is also referred to as the built-in function. A compiler package already exists that contains these functions. That means these functions already compiled, and each of which has a specific meaning and is included in the packages. Built-in functions have the advantages of being directly usable without being defined. No need to define it here, directly we can use it here. For example, power of something, square root, string comparison, string copy, etc. So these are the functions, these are also all functions. So square root of something, this is a mathematical function, is already there. Square root 144 means it will be 12. Square root of 9 is equal to 3, like that. Okay. So these are things we call the built-in functions, all the library functions which are already compiled. There is no need to declare all the things, directly we can use it. Clear? Then we are writing a program for this. I am writing integer main here, all things math.h I am adding it here, one extra header file. Then integer main double number, and number is equal to 49. Then double square root. First what I do, I go for the square root of this number. Number is 49, square root of so that is will be 7, that will be attached to square root, and the data type is double. Now printf, then you call that same square root. You get it now? So now because some floating point number it may come, so it is putting that is that, right, return 0 and all this. You got it now? Then we go for the user defined functions. Functions that are programmer creates are known as the user defined functions, or the tailor made functions, like that. These user defined functions can be improved and modified according to the need of the programmer. Whenever we write a function that is case specific and it is not defined in any header file, we need to declare and define our own functions. For example, what I am using, that sum, all the things we can put it here. Same thing what I have done it here, result it is there coming. Clear? Now then comes to the parameter and arguments. Parameter already the integer a, integer b, or integer variable 1, integer variable 2, these are called the parameters. Okay. When we pass these arguments to the function C, we can pass into what is the argument here? You can see it is 3 and 2. I am putting it, passing all things, right. Then we can do it in two ways. One is the pass by value and another is the pass by reference. Now let us study the pass by value. Parameter passing in the method copies values from these actual parameters into the formal function parameters. As a result, any change made inside the functions don't reflect the colors parameters. See now, void swap integer variable 1 and variable 2. So variable 1 I am putting temporarily here, and variable 1 is equal to 2, variable 2 is equal. This is just for swapping. Integer main, integer var1 is equal to 3 and var2 is equal to 2. Before swap, values of var1 and var2, before swap it will be 3 and 2, and swap var1 and var2, then after swap it will be 2, 3, same thing. Okay, you get it now. So these are an example of pass by value, pass by value. Okay. Similarly, pass by reference also you can take some example. You have not given it here, you can try for that one. Yeah, pass by reference here you can see. Here pass by value it was this one, and this is pass by reference. In the pass by reference, yes, I have taken it here. The colors actual parameters and the functions actual parameters refer to the same location. So any change made inside the functions are reflected in the colors actual parameters. See here. Here void swap integer pointer variable 1 and pointer variable 2. Int temp is equal to var1 and var1 is equal to var2 and var2 is equal to temporary, like that. Now integer means integer var is equal to 1, var1 is equal to 3 and var2 is equal to 2. Before it is like that, then swap and var and var. What is this and var and var? And var1 and var2. So after swap the values of var1 and var2 is this one, it will come. So on this program you can clearly understand. So this is by reference, that means this is not the value, but it is just like the location. Clear? Reference. Then we are going for this pointer. Pointer can be used to store the memory address of other variables or functions or even other pointers also. Try to understand. These pointers in C, they are used to store the memory address of other either variable or function or even the pointers. The use of pointers allows low level memory access, dynamic memory allocations and many other functionality in C. Is clear? Now, let us go for these things. I declare the syntax is there some data type, then you put a star sign and the pointer ptr. Okay. Then how to declare the, for example, that is the declaration. We use the pointers can be divided into three steps. One is the pointer declaration, for example, integer star pointer. So this is the declaration. Initializations, integer var is equal to 10 and integer pointer and pointer is equal to and var. You get it now, or directly you can put it there, that is also possible. Integer, you got it now. So then differencing how you do all things, you see the pointer, first the ptr here, it has the address of this pointer, is the address. Okay. See, first you see this is a variable containing the value 10 and it has a address here. This address is put inside the pointer here. This address is there, this address, these are the same, and for this there is another address here. This one is the address. You can clearly understand this thing. Okay. So these are the pointer. So write a program here, you can understand. So you declare, so suppose I go for void check, integer var is equal to 10. So integer star pointer and pointer here, note that data type for a pointer and var must be the same. So ptr is equal to and var. Clear? Then what I do, enter value of value at pointer is equal to ptr, value at var is equal to var, and value at pointer to ptr, that is star ptr. Okay. Determine check return 0. So we can get things like this. What are the different type of pointers? We are having integer pointers, it is defined like that, integer star ptr, array pointers char star ptr, and what is the array name and array name, that you put it. Similarly structure pointer struct name star pointer, function pointer integer star ptr integer character, double pointer. Like that we are having a type of pointers, we can see it here. Even if you are having null pointers, here the data type star pointer name which is equal to null, void pointer void star pointer name. Wild pointers, you can see it here. The wild pointers are pointers that have not been initialized with something yet, and these type of C pointers can cause problems in our programs and can lead to crash. So it is just like integer pointer crash, like this. Then another is the constant pointers is the data type star constant pointer name, all things, and pointer to constants, all the things you go through, all the things you will can understand. Now to find the size of different pointers type, how to find it? So here you declare a dummy structure str. Okay. I go for dummy functions void function integer be like that. Then integer main, we go for the variable definitions. Integer a is equal to 10, character c is equal to g, and structure str is equal to x. Suppose these are things we are going. Then pointer definitions of the different type, integer pointer integer and a, and pointer character point and c, structure and x. So all things and function, all things. Then printing the sizes, how do you go for? Then this is size of the things, whatever things you are writing it there. This is size of ptr integer, this is size of ptr character, this is the size of ptr string function, and all things. Get it? So you can get the output. Run this program in code block and you can get the output. Then the important things we are going for, illustrate the pointer arithmetic. How do you go for this pointer arithmetic? See, for example, let us declare an array. So integer v, size is 3, we are taking the values 10, 100 and 200. Now declare a pointer variable, that is integer star ptr, then ptr is equal to v, assign the value of v0 to ptr. Then for I is equal to 0, I less than 3, I plus plus, print the value of just a pointer, this is a ptr, the left here. So all the things you check it there and you can clearly understand. Now the C pointers and arrays, C pointers and arrays. See, in C programming language, pointers and arrays are closely related. An array name acts like a pointer constant. This value of this pointer constant is the address of this first element. For example, if we have an array named value and value at 0, you can see it here, can be easily interchangeable. Okay, see ptr 0, this is value 0, ptr 1 value 1, ptr 2 value 2, and the value is actually 5, 10 and 15, all things are there. Okay, so you can take this compiler program, and this program also you can try it here, access element pointer arithmetic, array elements using pointers, this also you can do. Then actually we could have completed array before starting all the things. Now let us do some things in arrays. Arrays are data structures used for storing multiple values under a single name. Okay, what is the meaning of that, I will tell you. So an array in C, it is a fixed size collection of similar data items. It is a because size is fixed, before we want to declare a size is fixed. Fixed size collection of similar data items stored in contiguous memory locations. It can be used to store the collection of primitive data like integer, character, float, etc., and also derived and user defined data types such as pointer, structure, etc. Now let us see, in this array we declare, so there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here 0, at location 0 it is 2, 1 it is integer indexes. At index 0 it is value is 2, index 1 4, 2, 8, like that, right? Okay. Then how to do all things? You see, let us have this. We go for this array declaration. Array size is 5, that means the size of array is equal to 5. Then it will be 0 to 4. So the memory allocated array 0, index 0, index 1, index 2, index 3, and index 4. Get it now? So what is the meaning of these things? You check it there. So write a C program to illustrate a one dimension array. Now integer main, integer array initialize int 5, character array character is equal to 5, return 0. Alright, so all the things we put it there, right? Now array initialization, so the declarations you write, array you declared array, size is 5, then we initialize the value is equal to 2, 4, 8. What is the meaning of that one? So the in array ARR, the 0 indexed element is 2, first index is 4, second is 8, then 12, there is 16. What is the value? Just it is put it here in these things. Data element. So okay, you can clearly understand all things. Array initializations after declarations using the loops, also it is possible. Okay, see here, for integer I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, array name is equal to I value. This also you can do it. What is the meaning here? You see, so first of all, I start this program stdih integer main, integer array, and size is 5, then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, all the things. Then what I do, then you got it now. Then array initializations using initializer list without specifying the size, integer array 1, which is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and float array 2, that I put it I is equal to 0, I less than 5, and I plus plus. So you got it now. So array to I, that is the float into 2.1, something like that. So this is automatically it will generate, and we can put it there. So access array elements. How to access the array elements? So this is the variable, we call it the array, and this is the indexing. That means array of 0, this is the first one, array of 1 is the second one, array of 2, third one, like that we can get it. It's clear. Then C program to illustrate elements accessing using array. So how do you access? You see here. So first of all, we declare integer array, size is 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the data is initialized. Then print element array 2, 0, 1, 2, it should come 35, array 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, it should come 55, array 4, like that you can access, right? Then types of array in C, we are having two type of things. One is the one dimensional array, another is the multi-dimensional array, like the 1 dimension, 2 dimension, 3 dimensions. So let us declare one dimension array and see. So we declare integer array 5, so size is 5. For I is equal to 0 and I less than 5, I plus plus. Okay, and array 1 which is equal to I into I minus 2 into I plus 1, other things are there. Okay, now to printf the elements of array, then for integer I is equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus, print percentage array. So all the things we can do. So then you can have a multi-dimensional, 2-dimensional array, you can put it here. Then you can go for a 3-dimensional array. All the things we can do. And thank you for watching this video. And if you like this video, please do share with your friends. Also don't forget to subscribe these things so that all the new videos can reach you without any delay. Please take care of your health. Have a good day. Bye bye.